Hi everyone, I'm David Reeder. Today is September 25th. We'll get right to the news on this week's episode of The Week That Was. This week, Sports Illustrated released a list of the 50 most fit men and women in sports. Katie Ledecky was number 3 among women, behind only track star Allison Felix and gymnast Simone Biles. Meanwhile, Paralympic swimmer Brad Snyder came in at number 31 on the men's list. Caleb Dressel returned to the pool this weekend for the first time since the FINA World Championships. Dressel, now a senior at Florida, swam with his team against rival Florida State at the All-Florida Invitational in Gainesville. Dressel posted times of 19.10 in the 50-yard free and 44.04 in the 100 free. Yes, Dressel is the only human being in history who can make a 19.10 look slow, even. Dressel won 7 golds at the World Championships this summer in Budapest, and he was one of the most impressive male swimmers in the world this year. The New England Swimming LSC announced new rules this week limiting the use of technical swimwear for 10 and under swimmers. Now, some suits are still allowed, but most high-end tech suits are banned. The cheaper ones, the less high-tech ones, those are still allowed. Any suit containing kinetic tape, bonded seams, or mesh seams is also prohibited. The news comes as USA Swimming is still searching for a national answer whether to allow younger swimmers to wear expensive technical suits. The updated version of the Lochte Rule went into effect this week, 60 days after its approval at the FINA Congress in Budapest, and USA Swimming approved the rule as well. Now, in any medley race, either the medley relay or the IM, swimmers may come off the wall on their backs during the freestyle leg, provided they are not kicking or stroking until they are passed vertical towards the breast. The Lochte Rule gained national attention this summer after a wave of disqualifications in the 400 IM at US Nationals, including women's second-place finisher Ella Easton. Back then, the Lochte Rule, you could get DQ'd if you just came off on your back in freestyle and didn't immediately turn onto your side. Worth pointing out, though, that Easton still would have been DQ'd under the new rule as she pushed off and took several dolphin kicks on her back before turning to her stomach off the final turn. Top story this week, the World Para-Swimming Championships, scheduled to take place in Mexico City, was postponed after a 7.1 magnitude earthquake rocked Mexico, killing more than 200 people. The blast was followed a few days later by another earthquake in southern Mexico, so Mexico not in position to host a swim meet, but the top para-swimmers in the world will still have an opportunity to compete in the Western Hemisphere, with the Toronto Pan Am Sports Centre in Canada stepping in to host a substitute meet scheduled for October 2nd through 4th. Most teams that were headed to Mexico now expected to compete in Toronto. So that's all for the news today, but before we go, some very sad news. Maureen Rankin, known as Mo, passed away early this morning. Mo worked here at Swimming World as circulation manager and then as marketing director from 2014 until 2016, and she was recently the head coach at Xavier College Prep here in Phoenix. Very sad day for us in Swimming World and for everyone in the Phoenix swimming community. Our thoughts with her family and friends.